shown in the Vedas. And the divine wisdom which the rishis revealed about the creator and the creation, that the creator having created the creation is present in every element of it. And so we are all one family, the universal oneness of all being, human, animals, plants, everything. We are all part of a family, that great wisdom that was revealed. There was one thing more, that the entire creation is harmonious. Entire creation is governed by immutable laws, Rit ka Siddhant. This immutable laws, which is the dharma, that keeps the whole creation in harmony. Dharma is defined as something that harmonizes, that keeps everyone together, every element of creation together. We know how Sri Krishna defines it in the Karna Parva, about dharma. That the one that harmonizes, that holds the diverse together as one. So this dharma which is holding the whole creation, and the humans being the only species endowed with being at the highest level of evolution among all the species, with the ability of buddhi, intellect and manipulation, that if it is vivekahin, if it is not with viveka, then it can be very destructive, it can disrupt the harmony, it can create disaster. And that is why the foundation of a dharmic order, dharmic life, how the society should conduct its affair, how individual should conduct his or her own affair with respect to himself or herself and with respect to the rest, so that everyone is in harmony. The dharmic order was also elaborated, and our rishis, our Vedic rishis, they lived that. They lived a dharmic way of life, and they taught us. But then, for a common person, not a very educated person, how does this message go? And here comes, this is the beauty of this land, that the story of Sri Rama. Ramayana. It tells us about every aspect of life. How do I conduct myself as an individual, as a son, as a father, as a brother, as a husband, other characters, as wife, as a king, ruler, every aspect. When met with an adverse situation, how do you deal with that? Every aspect of life that one can conceive of is there in Ramayana, in this book. Now this Adi Kavi Valmiki composed it in Sanskrit. And Sanskrit was a language of scholarship all over the country. From here to Kashmir to Assam, all over. Sanskrit was the language through which people, they learned these things. But what about the common folks? If the society has to lead a dharmic life, dharmic way of, it has to reach them. And reach them in a simple way so that one is able to connect. And the first person to do that was great Kambar. When he composed it in Tamil, make it accessible to the common person. One did not know Sanskrit. In such a lucid way, such a lively way, with illustrations, with examples, that one doesn't have to strain one's mind. One just have to imbibe and follow that. Now this is a story of Sri Rama carried to our common folks in various languages, beginning Tamil, subsequently in other languages. Tulsidas did it in Brajabhasa, Avadi, close to Hindi, and we have in every language. And today, Sri Rama is present all over the country. No story, no Puranic story, no epic or the story of the epic has permeated our Bharatiya society, the heart of every Bharatiya, as Ramayana has done. I have listened to Ramayana, the story of Sri Rama, among the tribals community of the Northeast, whom otherwise we consider them as people who are behind in civilization, but they know that they are familiar with Sri Rama. All over. We have seen how, when his birthplace was desecrated 500 years ago by an invader, the community, the people from all over the country, they remained agitated, they remained concerned for its reconstruction. And we also saw when the whole country was euphoric in January 21st, 22nd January of 2024, when we had this Ramlala's, the temple was inaugurated. The whole country was Ramamai all over. So this, the uniting them, the creating the Bharat as a dharmic society, dharmic rashtra, the values which were given to us by the great Vedas, making those values accessible and intelligible to the common folks, the story of Sri Rama. A common person doesn't necessarily have to read Vedas and understand its nuances. No, not necessary. Just Sri Rama. Because his life, on the life of the characters in Ramayana, it tells you all. And that is why, in fact, I have seen in my village, long back in early 50s and early 60s, no electricity, nothing, but the people, the farmers used to come back after days' work, hard work, otherwise tired, but after having their dinner, they would assemble with all the local musical equipments and they would sing Ramayana. Of course, they did Tulsi Ramayana, but other places are in different languages. Because a story of Sri Rama can be told in infinite ways. Tulsidas, he writes, I will just tell the quote, and I am sure, though it is written in Audi, but you will understand, all of you will understand. He says, Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. Hari Anant, Sri Rama, divine is Anant, infinite. And infinite are the ways in which the story can be told. So when we have the variations in a story, it is nothing surprising, because this is the beauty of the divine. I'm not sure how many people, non-Tamil people, will be able to learn Tamil and enjoy the beauty of Kambar Ramayanam. But VVS Iyer has made it easy for us. And the beauty is, in writing the story, wherever he has quoted Kambar, he has put it in verses. It is not just in a prose style, no, he has written the verses. And the verses are so lyrical. It only an accomplished poet, versatile, accomplished poet can do that. This was the character, the personality of this person, the great VVS Iyer. He has made it easy for all of us. The fact that it has not seen as much light as it could have seen, and now that the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan has taken upon itself, I would like to see that this book reaches every nook and corner of our country. Yesterday when Mr. Ramaswamy came and gave me the book, I have only one request to him, that make the font a little larger so that people of my age can read it without much difficulty, because it's very small. And he has gladly agreed that he will do it. Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, we know that how it has been at the forefront of not only preserving our heritage, but propagating it as well. There's so much, and they have done it in the most adverse circumstances. At most adverse circumstances for almost nearly 80 years. Beginning mid-30s, till 2014 they had a difficult time. Because I have seen many a times in this very hall, or in my meetings, that while Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, the book is given, Mr. Ramaswamy will never forget to say, we are very secular. Yes, we are all, that is the beauty of it, that we are all secular, there is no doubt about it. Our secularism is comprehensive, all-inclusive. It is not exclusive, it's not European. It doesn't say that you and I, we are us. He is right. But then, to appease the sentiment, the others, those who would the moment you say about Ramayana or something like that, the story, people will, how can you talk about this? We are secular. No, we are really secular. If we talk about Sri Rama, we talk about, because without that, this Bharat doesn't exist. So when I said Bharatanayagam, because he was the first who took the story of Sri Rama from the scholarly language, from the scholars to the common folks. And it is this which has shaped our chitta, our consciousness of every Bharatiya. We know that our country, our Rashtra is defined by our own special chitta, the consciousness. And since Sri Rama lives in every heart, every Bharatiya, and that is how our collective consciousness is one. And in this, the role of Kambar, I think, is hugely underappreciated, I'm afraid, as of now. It has to be duly appreciated. His scholarly, his poetry, his styles, literary, all apart, brilliant, there's no doubt about it. But the fact that he was able to create this Rashtra, because Vedic rishis, they left it in their own style. Taking it to the common folk was responsibility of people like him. That is what he did. Now that the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan has taken the step, I'm sure it will be able to take it forward. And we need to propagate it in the rest of the country. I would also like Kambar to be translated in other languages. My fear is whether we will have competent translator. Because we have seen the translation of many of the text, it becomes like a forensic, you have on the body of a person in the table, dead person. Now every part of the body is there, but the soul is missing. Now that's forensic translation, no, that is not. But if we have, and I'm sure we should be able to have, to identify people, it should be translated in other languages as well, so that the rest of the world, the rest of the Bharat should also get to know about him. Because there is a story which I heard in Kashi, that Tulsidas, when he wrote this Ramcharitamanas, which actually, it went to the heart of entire North. He was hugely inspired by Kambar. And the story goes, I'm not confident about the historicity of it, but the story that people there, they say is, perhaps it was, one Tamil saint from here, Kumar Gurbar, when he went and when he recited, Tulsidas was deeply influenced, and then he wrote. Because Tulsidas himself was a follower of Ramanand, who was a follower of Ramanujacharya. So in that tradition, he was already a devotee of Sri Rama, but when he heard the story of Sri Rama through the Kambar, then he was deeply inspired. So that is how. And so we need to appreciate Kambar as the builder of this Bharat as a Rashtra. This initiative, I once again thank Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and all of us, all are present here, and wish it a very, very huge great success to carry on the movement. It has just begun. I'm wondering that how come, to my knowledge, we don't have a Kambar chair. Do we have Kambar chair? Pondicherry, no, not in Tamil Nadu. We don't have a Kambar chair. So we don't have a Bharati chair, we don't have a Kambar chair. I think these are gaping, very, very loud deficiency, I must say, and we must fulfill that. I'm sure in coming days we'll be able to fill the gap. Thank you very much. Thank you, friend. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we owe 3 thanks to the Honorable Governor today, apart from sparing his valuable time. One is for releasing this book, and a pleasant announcement to you, this book, which is priced at 500 rupees, will be available for 350 rupees for the next 3 days at Bharati Vidya Bhavan bookstall. That is number one. And then we should thank him for rechristening Kavi Chakravarti Kambar with a new and beautiful title, Bharat Nayaka. So a warm round of applause to him. The third thing is, he has always been harping on the concept of dharma. Human mind requires constant reminders. We should thank him for reminding us, provoking our conscience towards dharma. And it was very beautifully expounded by Dr. Sudha Seshan and Dr. Priya Ramachandranji also during their talks. Simply speaking, dharma is appropriateness in thought, action, attitude towards a person or a thing or a circumstance. Rama and Krishna followed this dharma, that is why we worship them as gods. And it was this dharma which was given a poetic face by Kamban picking up that great epic. And this was this dharma which was exemplified in a sterling manner by VVS Iyer. And it is the most fitting manner to celebrate his memory. And I would once again thank Sri Ramaswamy Garu, Ramaswamy Ji, Ramaswamy Avargal, for this initiative. And to propose a formal vote of thanks, I would request Sri Venkatachalam, Deputy Director. And before he thanks you, I should thank him for inviting me to anchor this honorable function. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramananji. I think he has made my life very, very simple. He had thanked everybody who's there on the dais. I have got a few duties to deliver, failing which I will not complete this evening. So I will touch upon just 3 to 5 more minutes. I begin I would invite Mr. Isai Ramanan. I would take this opportunity to request our Honorable Governor to kindly honor today's host, the knowledgeable and renowned poet Isai Ramanan. His contribution to today's function has been is invaluable, and it is only fitting that we acknowledge the exceptional role in making this occasion truly memorable. Namaskaram, everyone. Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sri R. N. Ravi, for gracing this with his presence and lending his valuable support to this function. Sir, your esteemed presence adds immense prestige to this function and to the release of this invaluable work of literature. Sir, your address was not only inspiring but also deeply insightful. Your reflections on the importance of literature and the role of the books in shaping the society resonated with us all. The wisdom you shared today has surely ignited the sense of purpose and commitment among us to preserve and promote our rich cultural heritage. We would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the valuable suggestions from you, sir. We have taken note of the insightful recommendation to consider a larger size of this book with a hard copy, with a hard cover. This was his personal feedback which he gave when we gave this book yesterday, so we will take it into account. This adjustment would not only enhance the readability with a more suitable font size, but also will help preserve the book for the future generation. We should truly appreciate the Honorable Governor, thoughtful input, and will certainly take it into account, and we continue in our efforts. We also extend our sincere thanks to Dr. Priya Ramachandran, who has beautifully narrated portions of the Ramayana. Your voice brought out alive the timeless epic in a way that left us all spellbound. Your rendition today was truly enriched this event and reinforced the timeless relevance of this great text. We take immense pride in sharing that Mr. Nalli Kupuswamy Chettiar, our Vice Chairman, who has been conferred with Padma Bhushan, the third highest civilian honor in India. This recognition is a reflection of his extraordinary contribution to society, and we are incredibly proud of him. Sir, your exemplary work continues to inspire all of us at Bhavans and consider you as the cultural ambassador. We look forward to your continued leadership and guidance on the special occasion of receiving the Padma Bhushan. I humbly request the Honorable Governor, on behalf of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Chennai Kendra, to honor Nalli Chettiar. Thank you, sir. Finally, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you who have gathered here today. Your presence makes this event even more special. A big thank you to the team at Bhavans Chennai Kendra for working tirelessly behind the scene to make the function a success. Let us continue to celebrate our heritage, embrace the wisdom of ancestors, and pass on the torch of knowledge, culture, and devotion to the generations to come. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
This is time for national anthem. Please stand up. And after this, after the governor, honorable governor leaves, let us disperse. And Mr. Ramasamy wanted me to share an announcement with you. Governor wanted this book to be printed in a bigger way, literally. And maybe you need not be surprised if Nalli Chettiar sponsors it. So we'll work out the details soon and announce it. Now, national anthem will be sung by Bhavan students.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाता जन गण मंगल